Takedown Tribe. You guys might remember a while back we did a food challenge where we tried eating the entire Walmart bakery clearance rack. And we were talking about that video recently and how most of the nearly expired items that we ate that day tasted just as good as any other time that we had them fresh. So we thought it would be a fun idea if we went back to that very clearance rack, got whatever was available on it that day that they also had the fresh version of, put them side by side, and see if we can tell the difference.
Yeah, there ended up being 11 items that they had both versions of, and to keep things fun and exciting, we're gonna give a point to the fresh version if we can clearly tell that it's much better than the nearly expired version, or we're gonna give a point to the clearance rack if you can't really tell the difference and see who comes out on top today. So this should be a pretty good time. Do you wanna just get right into it?
Yeah, sounds good. Did you have anything in mind you'd like to start with?
To be honest, I'm kind of eyeing those chocolate strudels over there.
Cool, haven't had those before. Are we starting expired or fresh?
Let's do the expired one first.
That's good.
Okay, here we go.
Let's try the fresh version and let them know what we think.
Okay. Gotta show them the inside of this thing. I've got an idea. What if I count us off and we say at the same time which side we give the point to?
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, fresh. There was a clear difference there, for sure. It was so much more flaky.
Yep. It was more flaky, but not stale. The other one definitely was a little bit stale, and the chocolate filling in both of them was extremely good, extremely creamy, nice and sweet, but it stood out a lot more in the fresh one.
I love those.
So that goes to fresh. Next up, I think that these jalapeno popper pastries sound pretty cool.
I was eyeing them.
I'm thinking that we just keep doing, we'll do the nearly expired first and then the fresh.
All right, sounds good. This is actually our biggest savings. Apparently, we saved 78 cents. It was only 50 cents for this thing. That's pretty sick. All right. I believe this thing is filled with cream cheese and jalapeno.
It's got a nice smoky quality to it.
That's our first time having those, and I will definitely be getting that again.
Let's try the fresh. Yeah. Check this out.
You ready? All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, fresh.
Hands down.
Yep, that was exceptional.
They almost did not taste like the same item, to be honest.
Yeah.
The fresh one, again, the flakiness of the pastry was exceptional. The cream cheese was fluffier, more flavorful and light. The other one, the cream cheese filling kind of felt a little bit denser, and the pastry dough kind of felt soggy.
Yeah, that's the thing about these puff pastries. I guess it's like it feels soggy if it's been old, but we've got more puff pastry, so maybe we should just kind of keep doing that and see if it holds up.
Yeah, I think we'll have to move on from that pretty soon just to see if other items actually differ, but I would like to try those cream cheese Danish.
Yeah, let's do that. Here's the thing about the cream cheese Danish though. They're in entirely different packaging, despite having the same label, the same description, but they also look different, like they're different shapes. But they're both market side, they're both cream cheese Danish, and it both says flaky pastry with a sweet cream cheese filling. So we'll see how much different they taste. See? Let's try the old one first. That's good.
That one was really good. I will be surprised if this is better.
It just looks entirely different. All right, now look at this. Same label, same description as the last one, but look at it. Doesn't even look from the same store. So good though.
I'm curious with that one.
You ready? All right. 3, 2, 1. Clearance.
Look at that.
Yep.
Our first point to clearance. I will say, with the fresh one, there was a little bit more flake to the pastry. But as far as flavor and actual bake on it goes, I preferred the one from the clearance rack.
Yeah, and the center of mine had a lot more cheese than the fresh one.
Even the cheese throughout the clearance one was better.
Yeah.
I mean, so for that one, it's not so much that I can even there's no distinguishable difference. For me, it's actually that I liked the one that was nearly expired more.
Yeah, they make a mean cheese Danish though. I would definitely get them again. What do you want to do next if we want to move away from the puff pastry?
Let's do these Decadent Cowboy cookies.
Cool. All right, let me read the description for those that don't know what a Cowboy cookie is. A select blend of shredded coconut, semi-sweet chocolates, and a hint of cinnamon with baked pecans and sugar on top.
We were hoping that the Pearl Decadent sugar cookies from their bakery were going to be on that rack. They were not, but we do have a cookie.
Yeah, those are one of our favorite cookies ever, let alone for Walmart.
I like that cookie more than I remember.
That cinnamon is perfect. First glance, these look like they have more coarse sugar on them. I'm looking forward to this one.
Okay, let's do it then.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, fresh. Dude, what in the world? I think that the fresh ones have pearl sugar in them, whereas the other ones didn't. The last time we had them, they definitely didn't have pearl sugar in them either.
No.
And it's the exact same description.
Yeah.
But there was definitely pearl sugar in that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit disappointed. I was kind of hoping that this video would be like clearance rack points all day. Don't waste your money on buying the fresh version if you can get your hands on a discounted version.
That's exactly what I was hoping for.
So far, that's not the case.
Dang.
Those had far more like buttery and rich quality to them. They just, I mean, the other ones were still good. I would say if you are looking to save a little bit of money, those other ones off the clearance rack were still extremely good. But if you're eating them side by side, there is a difference.
Yeah, honestly, when we were eating the clearance one, I was like, there's no way the fresh one's gonna be better than this. It's exceptional. So if I didn't know, if I wasn't having them side by side, I just wouldn't care. But geez, those really exceeded my expectations. Any idea what you want to do next? Let's move on.
No, do you have any ideas?
Maybe like we've got like banana cake or something like that.
Let's do it.
Okay. They only had one clearance and one fresh banana cake, surprisingly. So I guess we're gonna have to split this one.
Thank you. See how it is.
This looks exactly the same as the other one, so I'm just not even gonna bother showing you. All right.
Before we rate that one, it is kind of weird. I feel like I have to hold myself back from an initial reaction. Unlike our normal videos where we just look at each other, we respond. But this, we kind of have to have a little bit of a poker face if now, this was not part of the game, if now we're keeping our ratings secret.
Yeah, at least once we try the fresh one, I feel like, I can't give it away.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, clearance. Absolutely. That was just as good as the fresh one. And they were both really, really good.
Yeah, it was like the most moist banana nut muffin. Excellent. Loved them. They tasted exactly the same. I was trying to... I started to think maybe right at the end that the fresh one had maybe just a touch more moisture, but it would be like really begging for it for me, like for that to be true.
Completely agree.
Tasted exactly the same. Up next, want to do those Tex Mex pastries?
Yeah, it's very undescriptive, but let's do it.
So these are just called Tex Mex Pastry. It doesn't say anything else about it.
We no idea what we're getting ourselves into with this.
We looked at the ingredients list. It just kind of looks like a mishmash of like...
We'll let you know once we bite into it, because I'm not really sure, but we know that because they weren't refrigerated, they didn't have meat in them. That's pretty good. It's got corn, black beans, and some kind of like tomato paste type sauce in it. That's pretty good.
Little cornmeal on top.
Yeah, like cornmeal and puff pastry.
That's tasty.
Let's crush it.
Just based off the clearance one, I would get it again.
I have yet to be disappointed by Walmart savory pastries. They're so good. Okay, let me show them the inside of this. This one's tough.
I'm gonna need a second to figure that one out.
Let me know when you're ready. I think I've made up my mind, despite it being very difficult.
I think the fact that I'm questioning, I know which one to go with.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, clearance.
Really? A difference in opinion.
I understand. Because I do feel like it was slightly more on the flaky side, and I feel like there was actually like slightly more salt and a little bit more flavor in that one.
Then why didn't you pick
I'm saying, but I didn't think that it differed enough. Like, I liked them both equally. I just feel like they had slight differences to them.
For me, it was extremely, extremely close. I think that the only thing that it really came down to, both of the pastry was a little bit chewier than the other one. The jalapeno popper pastry, that was a clear difference. That one was not even remotely as polar opposite. That was extremely close. But again, both chewier pastry, a little bit flakier with the fresh one. And then for me, the filling, like the tomato paste kind of flavor seemed a little bit more vibrant, and then the corn had a little bit more of like a
bite.
Yeah. So that was my opinion. I would go with the fresh one, but I would not be disappointed with the other one in any way, shape, or form.
All right, so I guess are we giving half a point or a full point to both sides?
We'll go full point.
Okay, sounds good. Would you want to do the chocolate croissants next? That's kind of what I'm feeling.
Cool.
All right.
After this, we will have to do something, again, not pastry related.
Do I have two of them?
Yeah. What we can do is we can try one. We can try a fresh one. No, let's just eat two.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yep, have my answer.
All right. 3, 2, 1, clearance. I wouldn't get either of them.
True. I thought that the point was going to go to fresh because when we bit into the clearance one, it was quite a bit dry. But then we bit into the fresh one, and it was also quite a bit dry. To be honest, though, if I have to say one nice thing about it, and also in its defense, those are supposed to be best served warm. I'm sure if they were warm, they would melt in the mouth a little bit better. Maybe the butter content would release. But the pastry dough had a really nice flavor to it. An extremely nice flavor to it. It was just a very dry eating experience.
Yeah, I thought they were okay. What do you want to do next?
Peanut butter no-bake cookies?
Sounds good to me. That is something we're familiar with.
Yes, and it should be an interesting comparison. We had the discount ones are the smaller ones, and the only ones that they had in the fresh version were the larger ones, but they're the same thing.
You want to have a couple of them?
Yeah, sure.
Grab 3. All right. Okay. Here is the clear. Is this the clearance one?
Yes.
Ooh. I love those.
It's been a long time since we've had those. I love them.
They're so good. Again, these are the exact same thing, exact same ingredients, just different sizes. We know. Let's just do it. Let's just get out of the way. 3, 2, 1, fresh. This is the best peanut butter no-bake cookie I've ever had.
I don't know what they did to those. I don't know if the size difference is playing any role here. I don't think so.
Because they're not baked. I feel like it's just like, what are they gonna do? Like, I don't know. I just don't think that there can be a difference. But those are a top tier.
Those were unbelievable. I'm going to have another one before we donate them to someone.
Yeah.
Wow, I actually can't believe how much of a difference that was. I thought for sure that this was going to be a close item, if not like a complete landslide to like the
clearance rack.
Yeah,
for sure. I thought it was going to be identical. Wow, was I proven wrong? Unreal. Okay, I'm thinking either blueberry muffins or croissants. What do you think?
We also have mini chocolate chip muffins. Let's do the croissants.
Okay. Okay. Nothing to complain about there.
Tastes like a croissant to me.
Let's try the other one. We're showing the inside. It's got a good structure to it. Let's do the rating now.
Okay. Do you know which one's which on your plate?
My cut one is the fresh.
I gotta think about it just for 1 second.
Okay. I know where I'm at. You good?
I think I know. Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, fresh. Yep. I definitely felt that one tasted a bit more buttery. That's what I picked up on.
They were close. The thing I noticed was the fresh one was a little bit more fluffy and a little bit more chewy. But
I tasted the butter a lot more in that fresh one. But let's see if we can tell the difference spruced up. We do have some cream cheese on hand, so let's dress both of these up and see if we can tell the difference there.
Yeah, we thought it would be a fun idea if we brought cream cheese to the game just to see, if one stood out over the other, would it still make a difference once you've done something to it? For us, that's putting cream cheese on.
Yes. Ready to rock?
This is garden vegetable cream cheese, by the way.
Yes, they did not have our beloved chive and onion, so we went with garden vegetable, which we also love. I'll show it to them one more time. We are starting with the clearance one, right? Okay.
I love it every single time.
Are we awarding another point here? Either giving the fresh one another point or giving the clearance a point?
I think if we're sticking with if the fresh is better, we just give that point to the fresh. Are you sticking with your opinion?
I am.
Me too.
You can tell the difference even with all of that cream cheese.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's still a chewier croissant. Like you said, the butter stands out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with the other one whatsoever, especially if you don't have a super refined palate and are eating croissants like every day, you're probably not going to tell the difference. I wouldn't tell the difference if I didn't have the fresh one right next to it.
Yeah. If I was making a sandwich out of it or something too, I would definitely consider that. I would just get the clearance one. If I was like making sandwiches for the next day or the next morning or something, I would just do that.
Even if you're heating them up. I bet that the clearance one would be even better heated up.
Agreed.
But all in all, I think that just the point overall is going to fresh. We only have 2 more items.
You want to do blueberry muffins?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow.
That is hitting hard.
That is exceptional. Let's eat this and we'll see if the fresh one holds up. Surprised and impressed would both be understatements. That's the best muffin we've had from Walmart by far.
I'll be blown away if these are better. 1. Number 2. I think that I would classify that as a vanilla muffin with blueberries.
Wow.
The vanilla flavor that they have in that cake batter is extremely prevalent and extremely delicious.
Let's do this, but I need to run something by you after we do it.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, my heart is torn right now.
I am in such a debate with myself, but I need to be decisive so that this video is not 2 hours of me debating with myself over a blueberry muffin.
Sounds good.
All right. 3, 2, 1, clearance. Okay. Before either of us dissects that, I want to ask if we can give a point to both sides.
Honestly, yeah.
I know that just means nothing because they both aren't going to be going anywhere.
Oh, it means it's a tie.
But I just can't even choose. Do you want to say anything about it, or do you want me to explain why?
You can explain why first. Also, let you know if that's my exact same thoughts or not.
Okay, the clearance one was actually more moist. It was so incredibly moist. I can't even describe to you how moist it was. I will stop saying that word now. However, the fresh one, the blueberries tasted exceptionally fresh, like the freshest blueberries I've had in a muffin. I'm blown away.
I couldn't agree more. The clearance muffin was, like Nate said, more moist in a little, just like it had something to it.
Oh,
there was something about it, and then it had this really strong vanilla quality to the base, like I had mentioned before. But when you bit into the other one, it was still moist, just not quite as moist. We're saying that word a lot right now. And then, but the crispness and freshness and how flavorful the blueberries were was leaps and bounds above the clearance one.
And there was coarse sugar on the top of the fresh ones, whereas I feel like that probably has melted over time with the ones that were on the clearance rack.
Yeah, so I agree. We're going to label that one as a straight up tie.
Straight up.
Because each had superior qualities to the other, and I don't think I could give it a point.
Yeah, man, so far I think that we've been most impressed with those blueberry muffins and the newer version, the fresher version of the Cowboy Decadent cookies. Wow.
And the larger size peanut butter no-bake cookies. Those 3 things have definitely stood out.
Wow.
Let us do these mini chocolate chip muffins, and I think that that's going to be the last of the items.
I think so. I think too.
Just cut 1 in half.
Okay.
I guess. There's no sense in saving one of these little things.
True.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mini chocolate chip muffin. Not all that much to look at. All right. 3, 2, 1,
Clearance.
No.
Really?
Yep, I went with fresh. Honestly, not a fan of either. I think they were both a bit dry and definitely a subpar muffin. However, the reason why I went with the fresh is because it had more chocolate chips than the other one for me.
Yours had more chocolate chips. Mine had identical amounts of chocolate chips. I was totally expecting you were going to say clearance because, one, I didn't think that there was even the slightest difference between the two, at least not with mine. Both, again, subpar.
So upon further discussion, I've got to side with Pete on this one, and from a freshness standpoint, the nearly expired clearance has got to take it.
That's that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, overall, fresh would be winning right now.
I believe so. I mean, we'll have to see once we watch back on the footage, but I believe that fresh won.
Yeah. It definitely was winning at first. I think it's probably closer now at the end than it was. If somehow we're wrong and then clearance won this whole thing, then that will be embarrassing and really funny. But I think that the fresh wins. But overall, it really varied a lot between items. There wasn't one set like fresh all day, except I think with the savory pastries for the most part, it was the fresh.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think a fun idea, a little bonus round we could do before wrapping up. There's 3 standout items for me.
Absolutely.
Which ones are your standout items?
Cowboy cookies, peanut butter no bake cookies, and the blueberry muffin.
Absolutely. The fresher Cowboy Decadent cookies, the fresher peanut butter no bake cookies, and then both of the blueberry muffins for me. So I think a fun bonus round would be, what if we had one more cookie each, both of the cookies, split one of each of the muffins, and see what we would get first out of the group.
That's going to be really tough, but I'm down for that.
I just think it'd be fun to do a little bonus item or a little bonus round.
Yeah, and then give you guys one last look at all of the different items. Because why the heck not?
Out of the standout items, at least.
Okay. That's clearance fresh. Let's start with the clearance blueberry. Oh, you wanted to start with the decadent cookie or what?
No, the muffin's fine.
Okay, we'll start with the clearance muffin, and then we'll do the fresh muffin, and then we'll figure things out from there.
You said this was the clearance muffin?
Yep. Okay.
All right. Before we move on, I didn't even need to ask you which one was which on the plate. All I would have had to do was taste them. They are completely different, and they are both so good.
That's crazy how different they are for being the same exact product.
I know.
But both being just as good as one another. It's blowing my mind. I'm just confused by it. Which one do you want to do?
Cowboy.
Okay.
The surprise that those have pearl sugar in them, without it being on the description, is one of the best surprises I've had in a long time.
This top 3 list is going to be very difficult. Show them the peanut butter cookie one more time.
Tap that final item. I thought this bonus round would be fun.
It's giving me anxiety.
Now I'm stressed because I don't know what to give first, second, and third place to. They were all so good. But I'm thinking we'll do like gold, silver, bronze.
Okay.
If we have different lists, then maybe we'll list them in different places because this is just a bonus round anyway. Do you have a list?
Here's my list. As is, exactly as we ate everything right now, I think that I'm going number 1, blueberry muffin. How about you?
The only way that I could approach this list is what would I buy most frequently and enjoy consistently. And both of those blueberry muffins, I think I'm putting in the first place. Gold medal, blueberry muffins.
Mine, it kind of... All right, here's the thing. I think that as is, how we had them today, I would go number 2, Cowboy Decadent cookie, and then peanut butter no-bake cookie. However, the last 2 times that we had that Cowboy cookie, it didn't have pearl sugar in it. And if we were to get them again, and if you were to get them and they didn't have pearl sugar, I would definitely go peanut butter and then Cowboy. But I guess with our experiences here today, I have to go blueberry muffin, Cowboy cookie, peanut butter no-bake cookie.
We are going for a single list here then. Gold goes to blueberry muffin. Silver goes to these specific Cowboy Decadent sugar cookies, or the Decadent Cowboy cookies, but kind of the Decadent Cowboy Pearl Sugar cookies. Unreal. And then the third place, bronze, would go to the peanut butter no-bake cookies, but that is a close list right there.
Yeah, because we've also had the peanut butter no-bake cookies on many occasions, and those, for some reason, are hitting way harder than they've ever hit, and we think that they always hit hard.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's it.
Do you have any final thoughts before we wrap this experience up?
I think the only thing that I wouldn't get here again, besides the chocolate chip muffin, wouldn't get it again, and then I think that the chocolate croissant wouldn't get it again. All of the puff pastries absolutely slapped, in my opinion, whether it was on the clearance or it was fresh. However, a lot of the fresh ones next to each other were better.
Yeah, if we had a top 3, you guys already know what that was. As far as my bottom list, I would agree with you that the mini chocolate chip muffins would go without.
Yep.
I personally wouldn't get those chocolate croissants again, quite a dry experience. And then the third item I probably wouldn't get again was the clearance rack chocolate strudel. Because I thought it was quite dry, with the exception of that filling. Once that filling came through, it was real nice.
Yeah.
Really switched the experience, but there was definitely a reason why that one went to fresh. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. We had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, we sure did. I just gotta say, I had a blast with that one. Really had fun.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate it being that fun, but it was a really good time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give the video a like. Make sure to jump down in the comment section. Let us know if you like this style video, because we are currently experimenting with many different types of videos, and we'll hopefully have some more things coming at you that you guys can also let us know if you like those style videos as well. But hopefully you enjoyed this one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel right now if you're watching and you are not yet subscribed. Let us know if you try anything from the clearance rack or just the Walmart bakery in general, because we are big fans and have been advocating for them pretty much since the start of this channel when we tried them for the first time. Anyways, again, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I think that's it.
Yeah, other than the fact that we will have homes for all of this stuff, anything that we don't eat ourselves will have a place to go. We do not believe in food waste. That's all I've got to say.
Cool, sounds good. We will see you guys again next video. Thanks for tuning in.
Dude, that freaking rocked. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Epic.
Yeah, I would do that again in a heartbeat.
I know,
we're gonna have to start doing some of the other ideas that we have along those lines, but a bit different.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.